Good afternoon, everyone. This week, we saw a dramatic rise in cases in both Ontario and Grey Bruce. Ontario reported 12,561 new cases in the last 7 days, while Grey Bruce had 29, up from 8 a week ago. There are currently 48 active cases in Grey Bruce, and the health unit is currently tracking 151 active high-risk contacts of these cases. 9 of the active cases are right here in the town of the Blue Mountains. Hospitalizations, patients in ICU and on ventilators in Ontario were up about 20% over last week. Ontario's test positivity rate rose 26% from 3.22% last week to over 4% this week. Variants of concern now account for more than half of all the COVID cases in Ontario. Officials are concerned about a dramatic rise in infections as they become the predominant strains of the new novel coronavirus. These variants are more transmissible, and some also appear to be potentially more deadly and affect younger people more readily than the original strain. The Grey Bruce Health Unit is reminding individuals that the third wave of COVID is likely, and it is clear from the new cases that we are seeing that we may be seeing the beginning of it. We cannot afford to let up on our efforts to prevent a resurgence of COVID-19 as we move toward the vaccine's widespread distribution. The health unit also advises that as we near the end, doubling down on our efforts will continue to help ensure that the residents of Grey Bruce remain as safe as possible as we await widespread distribution of the vaccine. The health unit and we at the town of Blue Mountains are calling on the public to put forward as much effort as possible to prevent this third wave. The initial advice that kept us in such a favorable position remains relevant. Watch your distance, wear a face mask, wash your hands. The other general advice from the health unit is, even though there is no longer a stay-at-home order in our area, staying home is still the best way to protect yourself and others. The advice from the health unit is stay home as much as possible, avoid social gatherings, limit close contacts to your household, that is, the people that you live with. Work from home if possible, and allow your employees to work from home if they can. Avoid travel except for essential reasons. Individuals who live alone, including seniors, may consider having exclusive close contact with another household to help reduce the negative impacts of social isolation. Also, maintain 2 meters of physical distancing from everyone else, and wear a face covering or mask in all indoor public spaces as it is required by the bylaw. In other indoor public spaces, anytime you are within 2 meters of someone outside your household. Everywhere physical distancing cannot be maintained. When meeting for permitted organized public events or social gatherings with individuals outside your household, and follow all provincial and local restrictions on public and private gatherings. Most importantly, with the third wave imminent, it is important that you get vaccinated as soon as you are eligible. Currently, appointments are being booked for residents over 80 and those over 75. That is, those turning 75 this year or older, meaning those that are born in 1946 or earlier. Appointments are also being made for healthcare workers, First Nations communities, and First Nations clients not living in First Nations community, retirement and long-term care home staff, residents and essential caregivers, they're getting their second dose, and chronic home care recipients. If you fall into one of those groups and an appointment has not been arranged for you by your healthcare provider, you should not wait for them to call you and book yourself an appointment through the provincial online booking system for COVID-19 vaccinations, which can be found at ontario.ca book vaccine. For those without access to the internet, you can call a toll-free number 1-888-999-6488. The booking system will direct you to the closest available clinic that has capacity. The health unit is adding new clinics each week throughout Grey Bruce, and these are uploaded into the provincial booking system. A list of clinics in Grey Bruce can be found on the health unit website. I am aware that there have been problems with the provincial booking system, but the health unit is working with the province to resolve them. If you encounter problems and need help registering, help is available locally by calling the Seniors Without Walls program at Beaver Valley Outreach, the Blue Mountains Public Library, or the Thornbury PharmaSafe. The Blue Mountains Public Library have found that many residents do not have access to print their registration document. If this is the case for you or someone you are assisting with their vaccination registration, the email with your registration document may be forwarded to libraryinfo@thebluemountains.ca, and they will print it for you and meet you at curbside so you can pick it up free of charge. Have a great weekend and stay safe.